So this is a Vanmaster Applause 580. Just going to take you around the caravan and show you how it all operates. Front hand side of the caravan, you have a gas locker on this side, so we'll open this up and there'll be a gas locker in there. The pigtail is something you'd need to buy separately, and you have a second tie down for your gas bottle in here with your gas regulator just in the centre there. In the front centre of the caravan, you have the panel where your electrics live. So let me just grab the keys for the van and we'll show you in there. So in here you have the connection just here. You then have the 13-pin power supply just here, which then comes out, as you can see, and it will sit in this connection at the bottom here to allow you to connect to the car. When you're using the motor mover, you'll actually need to put this 13-pin connection into this connection here and turn it into place, and that will allow you to turn the motor mover on. I'll show you that in a moment as we get further around the van. You've then got your leg winders that come through from the angle here, and there is an extra long leg winder just in the front locker there for you. You've then got the water pump connection, so you connect the pump up like you would on your caravan normally and drop it into your aqua roll. You then got your battery locker, got a temporary battery on here at the minute just to show everything working. You've got your mains power coming into the caravan, and you've also got your motor mover power switch, which again, like I said, I'll show you a bit later on in the video. 2 fridge vents, never cover these up obviously. You always have these open to allow the fridge to breathe, and then you've got the wheel nuts which we'll talk prior to you leaving site. You then got your toilet flush tank here, your toilet waste tank. The flush tank you don't have on the side of these vans, so you don't need to fill the water system up to allow it to flush. To release the cassette, you pull up the green handle and pull the cassette towards you. The black neck here is a neck to tip the waste away, so you turn that out, take the cap off, and that'll allow you to tip the waste. On the back of the cassette you have a green pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In this cassette, prior to use, you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a capful of blue fluid. On the back of the van on either side, you've got the wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while it is on site. Coming down the front of the caravan, you have a locker here to store any accessories in you need to, and you've also got a 3-pin socket so you can have power out to your awning. Coming on the inside of the caravan, as you come in the caravan, on the right hand side you'll see you've got your 12 volt power switch, which you need to have on in the down position to have the 12 volt lighting on. You've got the lights for the roof of the caravan, you've got the front light for the caravan on the outside, and then you've got your awning light for the outside of the van on this switch just here. I'll come back to this control panel in a moment. Now the first thing you're always going to do on board a caravan is fill the water system up. So you're going to come first of all down to the front of the caravan down here. Open up this seat, and then down the back of the hot water tank you'll see the yellow drain down valve for draining down the water system. That valve needs to be flat with the floor to fill the water system up, and upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat to drain the water system down. Once that valve is in the flat position with the floor, and you've got the all power turned on inside the van, you can open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. In the sink you'll find your water pump. Open the tap up on the hot side of the water system, as you can see, and then you'll come into the cabinet above the front seating area, just up here, and you're going to turn on the external water pump so it allows the onboard water system to fill up. You're also going to need to turn on the internal pump, which will allow the water system to run. So you have all the taps open, you'll turn the external pump on and the internal pump, and that will allow the water system to fill up. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water run out of every tap on board the caravan continuously, And at that point, once the water system is full, you can shut all of the taps back off. And that is the system full and ready to use. Once that water system is full, you can actually then start warming the water on board the caravan. Now this is where things get a little bit different. If you've had Truma heating before, you're going over to Aldi now, which is wet central heating. So on the control panel, on the left hand side of the door as you walk into the caravan, just here. Let me just turn the control panel on. So you press the power button, just here, on the bottom left hand side. The control panel will light up. You've got an indicator here to say that the heating pump is running. Let me just turn the light on. So once you've got the water system turned on, you'll be able to come over to the heating. So you've got power off, power on for the control panel. You've then got menu. So at the top here, you've got the different icons, say the heating is running, the gas system is connected and ready to run, and then you've got the mains power coming into the caravan. Below that, you've got the internal temperature of the caravan and the the outside temperature of the caravan. Hit the menu button. At the top here, you've got your plus or your minus for your room temperature. So just got to press it in the right button. Obviously 30 degrees is the hottest the heating will go. Below that, you've got your hot water option. So you've got hot water on with the bar, the triangle halfway up here. And then when you press it again, and this bar is completely full, that is hot water boost when you're showering on board the caravan. Below that, you have your option for the amount of power that the heating and hot water is running on. So you've got off, 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, or 3 kilowatts, depending on what power the site you are on allows you to use. Then down the bottom here, you've got your option to run gas. So you've got gas on when this circle's black with the on white in the center or clear in the center. And then you've got the off when the gas is turned off with the black circle and the off position here. In the control panel here, you will find some advanced settings, and for these we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. Next up, we're going to go to the fridge. The fridge is very straightforward to use. You've got power on the left hand side here. At the top here, you'll see the fridge is working on mains power, and you can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side here. The more amount of green dots you have lit up here, the colder the fridge will be. You can hit the mode button, and you can go to 12 volt for when you're towing down the road, so the fridge works as a cool box. And if you hit the mode option again, you can actually go to the gas mode just here. And if it ignites on gas, this light will stay solid green. And if it fails to ignite on gas, you'll have a red light that appears on this left hand side here. So that's your gas fail and gas ignited. Just going to put it back on 12 volt mode for now. Hob, grill and oven works like every other caravan. Obviously you'd need to have the gas on, and the one advantage you have with a Vanmaster is you actually can have a light inside your oven, so you can see how well the food is cooking. Obviously the hob ignites off the igniter on the front here as well, as you'd expect it to. The microwave works very much like your household microwave, no difference at all there. Coming into the bathroom now, you have obviously the shower, which works like your household shower, no difference at all there. And then the toilet system, very simple to use. I'm just going to walk you through the indicator lights to start with. The indicator light here, if it's red, means the toilet cassette is not in place. This light here won't actually do anything because it hasn't got the fill tank on this one for the flush system, so that one's irrelevant. It's just the same control panel as what they use in other vans. Then here, it will tell you when the toilet waste cassette is halfway full. And this one here will indicate when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The flush is on the button on the centre here. In the centre of the toilet, you have the waste flap, so you can pull this waste flap out to allow the toilet waste cassette to be open, so you can use the toilet. And then in the closed position, when you're not using the toilet, and you'll also need it in this position, when you are trying to remove the waste cassette from under the van. Radiator in the bathroom, obviously please remember they do hold a lot of heat when they've been on, and they are on at the moment, as I'm sure you probably can feel when you come into the van. So please do mind yourselves on those when you are using the caravan itself. Taps, again, all work very much like the household taps. And then in the cupboard in the bathroom, you'll actually find the Aldi heating and hot water tank. When the system is cold, you'll actually notice there's a minimum level down here, and that is where that level will sit when the heating system is turned off. However, when it's in use, it will come up to the maximum line as the antifreeze expands. Then you have got your status aerial up in the cupboard there that is turned on and ready to go. We do advise you put it onto maximum power on the bottom, or maximum signal, to give you the best option of getting to get the best signal possible. So I'm just going to take you to the outside of the caravan now. I'm just going to demonstrate how the motor mover engages. So as I said previously, to engage the motor mover, you are going to need this connection put into the front of the van here. So you push it in and lock it in place. You'll come into the locker on the side of the van, disconnect your mains power, I'm sure you're probably already aware. You'll then put your power switch into the connector here, little tab into there, push in the red switch and turn the switch 90 degrees. You'll then be able to turn on the controller. Green light will go solid once it's connected. And then to engage the motor mover against the wheel, you'll press the two buttons here. And you'll continue to hold them until the motor mover starts making a noise. Once it's fully engaged, the motor mover will then stop making a noise, and you can use the van forward, backwards, turn, 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 and turn. Then to disengage the motor mover, you'll press the two buttons at the bottom here. And then you'll wait to turn the power off on the controller and the power in the locker until the motor mover has fully stopped making noise again. So it will wind itself back out. So once the motor mover has stopped making noise, you can then turn the controller off and turn the power off in the locker. I'll leave the key in the side locker there so you know where it is, and that'll be your mains power or your 12 volt power isolated to the motor mover. So like I said, that's the Vanmaster Applause 580. If you have any further questions on the van, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.